Hello around the YouTube, it is Charles here, and this is part 2 of my Jennifer Bloodlines retrospective, a book from a series from 2021 that you can actually find collected in trade paperback as Jennifer Bloodlines. It follows the story of a vigilante whose family was murdered by the other members of her family, found out they were mobsters, and after they were killed, she went into hiding and resurfaced as Jennifer Blood, this assassin out for revenge. And there's a lot of deep lore behind the series. This came out in 2021. It was the first new Jennifer Blood series I got into. The rest were back issues and trade paperbacks. And so I was really excited for this when it came out. And I wanted to do a retrospective on it. If you saw number one, it takes place in the town of Bountiful, Utah, which we find out is a place to relocate some of the most heinous, terrible criminals. And they kind of run the town as long as they don't make too much noise. They are beset upon by a mysterious assassin who they believe to be Jennifer Blood, but how can it be Jennifer Blood when she was killed in prison? So that's what we are. That's where we are now. First, I want to start by talking about the cover. This is a Lucio Ferrio cover. He's one of my favorite cover artists here. And this is the classic Jennifer Blood look with the black leather coat, the stereotypical assassin look, two guns blazing, with the fire, hellish background here with the guns blazing. It is really a really beautiful cover, and it really captures the essence and the story of Jennifer Blood. And we start here. This issue is called Fireworks on the Green. And we see that the new sheriff, who is actually an assassin from Italy, she's been hired to track down this new mysterious killer that is killing this town of mobsters. And they're getting ready for their 4th of July celebration weekend. You see the kids playing, and you meet all of these various people. And it's kind of a disturbing backdrop when you know that this whole town is criminals, and you get to see this something as familiar and innocent as a fireworks festival that is being put on by some of the worst people on Earth, and they're doing some of the worst things on Earth in the shadows. And here we see Julieta Romeo meeting the sheriff, and they have a tense back and forth. He is frustrated because he didn't know that they were sending her. She is frustrated because she is there to do a job, and she knows that this judge is not a serious person. And when I say not, she has no qualms with him being dirty or even a criminal, but he is, how can I say this, a pervert, and he's very duplicitous, and he had plot, and he has all these, and he's also a collector of items connected to criminals, Bonnie and Clyde's gun, so on and so forth, and he happens to have in his possession Jennifer Blood's diary, which Julia feels could give her insight to this assassin. So she's there trying to get the diary from this judge, and he says, "Okay, I will cooperate with you, and I will give you the diary, but we have to, make something clear. I have to get something from you." And she shuts that down because she comes out and says, "I'm not going to sleep with you." And the judge tries to play it off, but she assures him that she knows exactly who he is, and that is witness barrister number 3, the Honorable Judge Whitlock Jebediah. Criminal record, assault in the first degree, 3 counts. Testimony turned in Third Circuit Court officers for running a bribery scheme for the Zeta cartel. DOJ determination, relocation to Bountiful. And so she, what this does is it really sets up Julia, this issue and the last issue, as somebody who is formidable for Jennifer Blood, because in a lot of her stories, she is clearly not only the most motivated person in the game, but the most qualified. And these first two issues really establish Julia as not just a sadistic killer, but somebody who does her homework, who does the investigation, and who doesn't take her job lightly. And so I love the way that they brought that in. And then, and the next scene, the judge is found dead, um, bleeding from the mouth. You see JB shot into the walls with a Tommy gun. JB meaning Jennifer Blood, and it looks like she has gotten the judge. And I guess I gave a little bit away, but this is a 4-year-old book. Come on. But yeah, we find out later in the book that this is a ruse, a trap, because if you watch my retrospective on issue number 1, Jennifer Blood made clear that the last person she killed was the last person that she was after. And so Julia staged the assassination of the judge to bait Jennifer Blood into coming out of hiding. And so that was clever. And then we cut back to the fireworks display. We have, kid singing the national anthem on the stage. And it looks all typical until the fireworks start. And at the same time that's happening, the body is being transferred to Salt Lake City. And Julia is kind of watching with the scope to see who is going to draw out. But the downside is Jennifer Blood had caught on to that ruse, and her attention was not with the body, as Julia would find out. And very clever stuff here. She staged some kind of scene here at the fireworks stand. At the fireworks display with some kind of toxic poison. And that's where we end, as we find out that the judge had faked his death in a way of trying to escape the city. But he did escape eventually when Jennifer Blood got a hold of him. She won the cat and mouse game between her and Julia this round. And it really goes into Julia's frustration and the cleverness of Jennifer Blood. And it goes from being just a job for Julia to almost a one-upsmanship, almost a competition between these two female assassins. Of it was just a job, but now it's personal. And she has a diary in her hand, and she's hoping that will give her some insight into Jennifer Blood and her new mission. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. This is a 10-book series. So we're going to be doing a lot more retrospective reviews of this series. Tell me what you think about it. You can get it at comic book store, Amazon, anywhere books are sold, trade paperback form, as Jennifer Blood Bloodlines. So I'll see you later. Until next time, keep reading them books. I'm out.